Located next to MacArthur Highway on the corner of Green and Liberty is an oasis for some of Newark's school-aged children.
The vowel for the CK is always short.
The Gray Charter School has been educating youth since 2000 and recently earned the distinction of being recognized by the U.S. Department of Education as a Blue Ribbon School.
Trace.
Excellent, and I'm going to
The 320 students are learning more than just math and English.
Snake.
Excellent.
Behind these four walls, the children are learning how to play classical music with the violin. But with so many instruments in the world to choose from, why the violin?
It connects the left and the right brain for a young child with the hand-eye coordination for any instrument. Violin especially, because it's two different things that you have to do. With a violin you have to bow, and then you also have to have very precise coordination for where you put your fingers on the left hand.
That was Kiku Inomoto, who has been teaching the students violin for 8 years. Her talents have allowed her to play on Broadway and abroad, wowing audiences in Singapore and Germany. Her friend and co-instructor Philip Payton also started at a young age, and he believes teaching the kids how to play violin could break down barriers.
There's something that's so far off as far as what we're used to seeing. To be honest, minority kids playing. I mean, I think it's a really, really big deal, and it breaks down a lot of these barriers and kind of stereotypes.
The students are given the opportunity to showcase their talents at various events around the city. This past January, they played before a packed room at the Robert Treat Hotel, as the YMCA was hosting a breakfast honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
It's giving back to the community. It's something that, it teaches them not only the joy of playing for people, but also playing for people that enjoy hearing it. It's also teaching them how to perform and that it's not a big deal. You don't have to be nervous.
8th grader Santise Severe has been playing since the 1st grade, and she still gets nervous during performances, but she's trying to overcome her fears.
If I really do think about it, I will get nervous. So it's just something that we have to do, so I just have to deal with it.
Nazir Jeffries is a 7th grader who credits his high math scores with learning to play the violin.
Sometimes violin has to do with math, like trying to figure out what notes to hit, and sometimes math you have to add, and some violin you have to add what notes you have to do.
Peyton believes all of the students who have taken the class have gotten something out of it.
The kids come out of here very proficient at violin, and some continue on with it, some take up other instruments, some just leave with the experience of having that in their life and feel enriched from it and come back and let us know that quite often.